Hello everyone, Joel A. Erickson and Brandon Marcello had to wait for a noisy truck to pass to get this one started. We're here to talk to you about a play that none of you have heard about or seen since it happened last year, the kick six. Brandon asked a lot of questions about it, so I'm throwing it to him right now.
What is the kick six? That's why I was asking questions. Everybody keeps mentioning it's kick six. Yeah, it's a play where Alabama missed a field goal, and Chris Davis, I don't know if you heard of him, caught the missed field goal and ran it back for a touchdown. Auburn won a game of some sort doing that against Alabama and the Iron Bowl. Anyway, yeah, huge play. You've probably seen it 3,226 times since then. You'll see it probably 500 more times this week. I think it's interesting this week from this standpoint. It can be a distraction for the players at Auburn if people keep going, hey, the kick six, remember that and all that. At Alabama, on the other hand, it could be a source of motivation.
Mm-hmm. I thought the interesting thing today that Rhett Lashley said about it was, listen, that can't help us this year.
Yep.
And it can't. Those of you who are on Twitter, you're going to see national writers mention the kick six every 0.4 seconds, I think, on Saturday. But here's the thing. It's a play that's never happened before in college. It's happened like maybe a field goal return for a touchdown has happened maybe 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And really, other than the stuff that Brandon just mentioned, which is obvious, it could be a distraction. Lashley also mentioned it could be a distraction for Auburn. It just doesn't have a bearing on this one. Really, it's more of in the lead up to the game than what happens in the actual game as far as how people view the kick six. This game's at Alabama in Tuscaloosa. No one's going to see the kick six on Saturday. It's not exactly going to be on this video board.
And I guess the storyline you could take from it, and it obviously did not transpire, was if that play right there tended to at least be, for the moment, a backbreaker in the teeter-totter, so to speak, of the rivalry, that Alabama maybe would fall apart after that the next season. Of course, the Sugar Bowl happened, but Alabama's obviously responded very well, has a chance to be in the college football playoff and win an SEC title. Auburn, on the other hand, has 3 losses, is going to be playing the part of spoiler in this game. So if you're looking for a storyline to connect directly to that kick six, it would have been that was the play that jettisoned, Auburn into the stratosphere and brought Alabama back to earth, when in fact it's kind of back to where it was maybe mid-season of last year when Alabama was on top and Auburn was trying to fight its way back. Now the Tigers are just trying to play spoiler and get into a better bowl game. So outside of that, as I said, I think the main storyline is, one, it was an amazing play, something a lot of people are going to talk about naturally, but it doesn't affect Auburn, though it can be a distraction if they let it. Alabama uses it as motivation.
Yeah. I tend to lean on the side of it just other than motivation, and even that I tend to you guys know, I think I've said it before, I tend to discount motivational stuff a little bit. So from my perspective, it's just not as big a deal. I know it is for everyone else. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of those things that we're going to hear about it all week. Once the game starts, I don't know how much effect it's going to have.
Well, if they play it over and over again in Bryant-Denny Stadium, which they will not. No. See, I mean, it's not something. Though
I am going to get really annoyed every time either team lines up for a field goal. I might turn Twitter off.
Yeah, that's true. Auburn's field goal defense is amazing, Joel. So that's about it. I think that's going to do it for our kick six conversation this week. I'll have a story of some sort on it, and maybe something else I'm working on. We'll see. We have a website, it's AL.com. It has stories on it, and videos and pictures. You're watching us on it right now, so that's kind of cool.
And other things that Brandon are working on, secret things.